Jason Capital here, and welcome to your next video inside the Orgasm Club. Today's video is called The 3 Important Fucking Mindsets. These aren't the only 3 important fucking mindsets. There are many more fucking more important. I don't want to say more important. There are many more important fucking mindsets in addition to these ones. That was a tough thing to say. But these are 3 of the most important fucking mindsets. When you are banging the shit out of some deserving girl, these are 3 things that you're going to be glad as fuck that you knew. So, I like to keep things short, efficient, to the point, no bullshit. Let's begin. Now, before we do begin, I need you to lock this in to your mind, okay? Because it's going to make the things I'm about to share with you make a lot more sense. It's going to work a lot better for you, and it's basically going to make you a lot more efficient and skilled at creating sexual tension, okay? In our culture, there is a lot of propaganda, ideas, beliefs, stories passed around. There's this idea passed around that men always want sex and women don't always want sex. And the man always is the one who has to work for the sex. And the man is always one who's always like a panting dog ready to go, and the woman's always not in the mood. And she's always worried about laundry or the fuck, like stupid shit like that. Like there's this belief, and it's a false belief, and it's not true. Okay, I'm telling you right now, it is 100% okay for you to not always want to have sex. Okay, you do not always have to want to have sex. If you want to work instead, go fucking work. If you want to go to the gym instead, go fucking go to the gym. If you'd rather sit around and read a book than not fuck your girl once in a while, that's okay. It is okay for you to say no. In fact, sometimes it's even better for you and your girl if she's the one who, if you get into this format or this dynamic in the relationship where not all the time, but sometimes she's actually the one who's trying to get the sex out of you, and you're either like so fucked out you can't go again, or you're just like, you don't feel like it right now. Like, you don't have to feel like you're less of a man because you don't want to have sex sometimes. It is 100% okay. Now, if you feel like you don't want to have sex ever, then that's a whole other issue, and you might want to get your fucking testosterone levels checked out, or you might need to like reprogram your brain. But in general, it's okay once in a while if you don't feel like having sex. Okay, you are the sole decider if she's going to have sex with you. Okay, you are the one in charge of that, and it's okay sometimes if you don't want to have sex, as long as you're doing other things, especially as long as you're building all kinds of sexual tension. And when you are fucking her, you fucking the shit out of her like a champion. All those things, that's great. Okay, if you're doing that, then you're in complete control here. All right. So, 3 important fucking mindsets. Number 1, understand. Sometimes she wants to feel wanted and cared for. Other times, she wants to feel like a piece of meat, a fuck toy with a hole, whose only purpose in life is to be there to pleasure the champ when he wants it. Say that one more time just because it's so much fun. Sometimes she does. Okay? She does want to feel wanted for and cared for and nurtured and loved for and feel that deep, soft, caressing sex. And other times, she just wants to feel like a fucking piece of meat, a fuck toy with a hole, whose only purpose in life is to be there to pleasure the champ when he wants it. Now, please do not take this the wrong way. I'm not misogynistic. I'm not objectifying women. I'm saying that there is a hardwired desire in them sometimes where they don't want to be respected in the bedroom. They don't want to be cared for. They don't want you to ever ask them, do you like that? Do you feel like they don't want any of that? They just want you to fucking pin them down, fuck the shit out of them. Okay, do whatever you want with them. One of the hottest things almost every girl that I've fucked with tells me after is when at some point when we're having sex, I might say something to them like, I just fucking love your body. I just want to do whatever I want with it. I'm going to do whatever I want with it right fucking now. And then I do that. And it's like they're not even there. They're literally just a fuck toy with a hole for me to pleasure the fuck out of them. And of course, like it's very ingrained in me to fuck the shit out of a girl really, really well. So I'm not just like pumping away in ways that she doesn't like. Like she's getting a shitload out of it too. But the fact that I'm just taking her, don't give a fuck about her, and she's there for my pleasure solely as the fucking champion, she loves that. She really loves that, especially when it is dichotomized and juxtaposed against this sometimes, where you're caring for her and nurturing and it's like softer. Like when you have both of those, it's really, really powerful. But don't fall into the groupthink false belief that sometimes that sex should be like soft and slow all the time, because a lot of times she doesn't want you to give a fuck about her. She just wants you to fucking take her and do whatever you want. Do whatever is most pleasurable for you in that moment as you just fucking manhandle her. Okay? She fucking loves that, especially when you are the champion, right? When you're the guy that chose, that she won over, that Out of all the guys out there, you're the one who fucking goes the hardest, who's the most badass, who's the most indifferent, who's the most ambitious, focused on his path, whatever it is, and she gets to fuck you, and she knows how hard you work and how focused you are, and how the sex is so rejuvenating for you, and when you're in there, it's like you just want to do whatever you want that's going to fulfill you the most, and she loves to be the one who gets to do that for you. All right, number one. Number two, women expect and need you to take the sexual lead. So a lot of times, women will not put themselves out there for sex, okay? Especially if it's the first time. If you guys are in a relationship, that's a little bit different, and she'll initiate it sometimes, and that's fine. But even then, they expect and they need you to take the sexual lead. It is not really in their hardwiring to always be the one initiating sex. Okay, they're open to it almost all the time. You just have to know how to push the right buttons. So just in general, understand that the sex is not just going to happen. You have to make it happen. And if you've gone through creating sexual tension, you understand that before you can just go to sex, you have to create and spark the sexual tension. You have to amp it up, make her really fucking want it, and then you fuck the shit out of her. Okay, so one thing in general that just a little tip I'll throw in here, just because value just keeps coming out of my mouth, I can't even help it, is a lot of times guys will be like, well, my girl's at home and I want to fuck her, but she's like so stressed out or focused on this, and I can't get her to think about sex or whatever. Like, what's one thing that I can do, Jason? One thing that you can do is you just change her state. Okay, if she's really like stressed out or something and isn't feeling in the mood or isn't feeling like wanted or desired or sexual or whatever it is, she's in that state. You just need to jolt her state and put her in a better state. So a lot of times, if a girl, let's say she's like at the computer and she's working and there's a lot of shit going on and she's pissed off or something, one way to just change her physical state is to just walk over to her, literally pick her up, okay, just fuck her, pick her up, spin her around a couple times, and then lay her down slowly. All of a sudden, you just jolted her physical state, right? You made a radical physical change in her body, which of course is going to change her state, going to change her mood. Okay, because that motion creates emotion. You put her body in a new, exciting, radically different motion, changes her emotions. All of a sudden, she's in a better state. She's happier. She forgot about the things she was stressed about, and now all she knows is in this moment, she's just happy with you, and she's like, oh shit, now I want him to fuck me again. Okay? But just in general, understand, women expect, and they need you to take the sexual lead. Number 3, make the moment of first penetration a hot one. So probably the best movie that I've seen in the last year, if I think about this, was maybe Iron Man 3. I guess it's probably the best movie I've seen in the last year. Now here's the thing. Iron Man was already my favorite movie. The initial Iron Man is by far my favorite fucking movie. Robert Downey Jr. is by far my favorite fucking actor. Tony Stark is by far my favorite fucking movie character. Like, I loved everything about Iron Man. Iron Man 2 was great too. The Avengers was awesome as well. Now, here's the thing. In truth, if I look at it closely, like I really look at it closely, Iron Man 3 wasn't that good. Like, it was good movie, but it wasn't like fucking amazing. It wasn't like Iron Man. But because the build up to Iron Man 3 was so big, because I loved Iron Man so much, because I saw so many previews for Iron Man 3 before it came out, because it was like I'm waiting in line for the tickets, and then the previews are going, and we're talking about it, and this build-up is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. By the time that movie came, it was going to have to be really, really, really bad for me not to like it. And it was good. It was more than good enough, and I fucking loved it because of that. But because I was coming in, there was all that build-up beforehand, it made the movie seem that much better. And the truth is there any difference between what something seems and what it is? Or isn't it what it seems is what it is in your reality? Okay? So you want to make the moment of first penetration a hot one. Which basically means that even if the moment of first penetration is just Iron Man 3 and it's good but it's not great, if you have enough build-up, it becomes fucking amazing. So what are some things you can do to make the moment of first penetration a hot one? How about you tease her with it 20 times? You give her just a half an inch, then you slowly pull it out, and then you rub her clit with it, and then another half an inch, then you rub her, like you keep going back, you keep teasing her with it. What if you keep telling her how hot it is, and you keep teasing her with it, and you don't give it to her? What if you keep teasing her like you're going to do it, and then instead you take it out, and you go back to fingering her in the deep spot or something like that? Or what if you just, you put it in once, and then you take it out, and then you make her beg for it, you make her tell you how badly she wants it. There are all kinds of things you can do. The point is, Make that movie premiere a badass one. Make that moment of first penetration a hot one. Use all the psychological triggers and techniques that you've learned from me, and following me, and fucking rolling with Team Win over here to make that moment as hot as possible. Okay? Because in her mind, even if it's just, the same penetration that every other guy has given her, because of the buildup surrounding it, it's going to seem so much better. And because of that, your sex is going to seem so much better. And the truth is, what seems and what is are no different. Same fucking thing. All right? So that'll do it for 3 important fucking mindsets. I'm going to give you the audio of this as well so you can listen to it in the car, at the gym, maybe even while you're fucking your girl, you'll put this on in the background. That would make for one interesting fuck session. Maybe you don't do that. All right? So, Jason Capital here, signing out. Peace, man.